Good morning, everybody. I decided to go live. I had a lot of fun. A couple nights ago, I went live for the first time in quite a while, and we opened up the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. And I don't know, just in the mood for another live stream. So, this is what I'm doing this morning. I'm doing some quick, fun, easy, like intuitive art. I'll show you this sketchbook and kind of the idea behind it, but I just hope that we can hang out. I got my cup of coffee and talk. Again, I love live streams. It makes me feel so much more connected to you guys. I know what's going on. You drag me, I drag you. It's a good old time. So let's create some art magic together and just hang out. Hi from Australia. Oh my gosh. Hi. Nice to see you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to take a second to light this Sybil Apothecary candle. This one doesn't have a label on it, but this is the full moon candle, and I just got more. I just restocked myself. Here's the new moon one, and I also got Grimoire. Skylar picked himself up Espresso Patronum. But this is Sybil Apothecary candles, super witchy, super good quality. It's a mom out of California, and she's incredible. So go follow her if you're not. Sybil Apothecary. But this is the new moon one, and tonight is the full moon. So I will be lighting the full moon one. This one just doesn't have a label on it, but this one smells super, super good. I haven't lit it yet, so it's a magical moment for that. Hi, Christina. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Michelle. Happy full moon. Yes, thanks. I just was saying I had a really fun time. Um, Good morning, Laura. Oh my gosh, nice to see you, Laura. And let me just go ahead and light our candle. I have not been doing too many full or new moon spiritual rituals, witchcraft goodies since moving to Florida. I'm not gonna lie. Um, my spiritual practice has just kind of shifted while I'm in Florida. It's changed quite a bit, and it might shift back to the way it was. It might keep moving and shift even more, or I don't know. It's just interesting because I really feel like it's not so much the. Oh my god, my lamp just broke. Hold on, guys. Okay, this candle is like right underneath the lamp. It was making me a little nervous. Okay, we're good. Um, yeah, it's not so much anything going on with me or spirituality in general. I think it's more so just like the climate that I live in and the feelings that I get and what happens while I'm here. So it's been kind of interesting. I have really, the one thing about the full and the new moon that I have been consistent with is doing tarot spreads or oracle spreads and like doing readings for myself with the cards. But that's pretty much the end of it at this point. Yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow, Laura. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Emily. I just have been kind of going with whatever feels right as usual, but it's been really interesting. It's funny because I'm starting to hear things in this house, and I don't necessarily know if it's spirit based or if I'm just wanting it to be spirit based. But the fact that I haven't had experiences in this house yet, and we've been here for months now, is even more validation for me that the house in Michigan was so active with spirit. Like, really, really incredibly active and earthy. That house was extremely earthy. So, anyways, we'll see if it's gonna happen. Hi, Nikki. Good morning, Sammy, and everyone. Afternoon here. Hope you're all feeling good today. Yeah, guten tag. Hi, Andrea Jane. Um, I just thought I'd hang out with you guys. I might film a video. I kind of want to do a favorites video, but like I haven't been writing my favorite things down from the month, and I haven't filmed a video like a favorites video in like a year. But Lisa from Supportive Tarot and Katie Flowers have like sparked back my love for favorites videos, and I really want to film one, so it might be kind of a hot mess, but that's okay. What do I do that isn't a hot mess? My August Witches Moon sub box should arrive today. Waiting a lot since COVID. Its theme is fairy magic. I'm so excited, and I love that I should get it on the full moon. Yeah. Love that. Love that. Bob Hope, is that you? Mm. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Um, Hold on, naughty angel girl. Yes, cheeky live stream. Another reason to love working from home. Oh my gosh. I am thriving working from home, you guys. Like, loving it. I will have to work today, but I only have a few days left to be able to clock for my work week, so it's kind of nice. I do enjoy favorites of the month's video. I know it just for a while, Nikki, it felt like mine had become like really contrived or like forced, I guess. Um, and it wasn't that I didn't like them, it just felt like I don't know, I just lost, yeah, I just kind of like lost the fun of it for a while, so I just stopped doing them, but I like looking back on them to see what I was into and when I was into it as well. Especially because I used to write everything down that I liked throughout the month in my bullet journal and book of shadows, and I just don't do that anymore. That's another thing that's changed is my bullet journal. Like, I don't do monthly spreads anymore, mostly because I work from home, so I just use one calendar for everything and it seems to be fine. I don't know, lots has changed, but there's a lot of you here for it being so early in the morning for me. Good morning, watching you while I work from home. Hi, Dana. Great videos. Timing, Sam. Was just thinking I need to use my cards. Feeling emotionally and spiritually exhausted. Maybe it's that full moon energy, Michelle. So I'm glad that you're here. Nah, forced isn't a nice vibe. That's okay. Though when you do feel it again, I'll be watching just so you know. Yeah, I don't know. Lisa and Katie were like inspiring me. Like, I'm impressed with how much shit that Lisa from Supportive Tarot can fit into one favorites video. I don't know if it's because she's like me and she talks really fast and she's got like high vibe energy. Um, and she can just like ramble through things. Like, I admire that. And when I was like looking at how long her video was, I was like, that's kind of a long favorites video, but I'm here for it. And then seeing like all the shit that she like packed into the one video, I'm like so impressed. Like, I feel like, I don't know, she just impressed me. I watched that video this morning and she shouted out, speaking of which, podcast. So that was super cool. We have to have her on as a guest. If there's anyone that you guys are like, yeah, we would love to have to see you guys interview this person, let me know because we're up for suggestions. We want to interview people we want to interview, but we also will definitely take your suggestions. So let's get to it here, guys. Guys, gals, and in-betweens. I want to start saying that because I think it's fun and inclusive and cute. So, if you haven't noticed, I've been trying to fit that in. Okay. So this is what I did. Not great. Not a great piece of artwork, but I did it in like 5 minutes, right? So this was June 14th, and then on the back, I journal. So I just pulled a card. In this case, I think I used the Rider-Waite Centennial deck. Whatever card comes up, then I will make a piece of artwork really quickly to kind of go with it. So this was, this was the Seven of Swords. This was the next day. I pulled the Six of Swords. Not great artwork, but it was really quick. Karen, definitely. I would love to do Kellyanne. I'm gonna have to definitely con her into coming onto the podcast. Skylar might shit himself though, so I don't know. This was an image. I did not create this image myself. I found this on Pinterest, but I recreated it because I really loved it, and I just wanted to do some pen work, some line work. Anyways, this is kind of out of the ordinary for this particular sketchbook, but what I do after I create these little images is I journal on the back the next day. And I haven't done this in a long time. You'll see. Stop judging yourself. I think they are lovely sketches. Critical Virgo. Thanks, Nikki. What I mean is like they're not good. Yeah, okay, I shouldn't say that. Thank you. It's not that they're not good. It's just that they're so quick. They feel very unfinished. They feel like very like rough draft thoughts on a different way to compose the artwork. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this one. This one I took a little bit more time with, but I still did it really quickly. And I really liked how this came out. It's like trying to incorporate bits of the card that I think are important, adding other elements in there, like the Mercury symbol on the belt, um, and yeah, wings on the feet, to connect to certain gods. Just the colors that I find in the places that I think are important. And like I said, I um, journaled on the back. This was something that I didn't do when I pulled tarot. It was just a late night gouache study idea. I really want to turn this one into a bigger painting. However, I'm kind of over bigger paintings. So, uh, yeah. Hold on, let me go back and see what you guys are saying. I have really been thinking about doing a 30-day drawing challenge. Absolutely go with it and be gentle on yourself because I've tried them and I'm not a consistent person and I've always quote unquote failed them. So long as you give yourself leeway that like if you miss, you miss. If not, you could always do something like if you miss a day, you have to do two the next day, just so that you don't get down on yourself and quit. That's me projecting though. Do that, Dana. I would love to see you do it. She might be more witchcraft adjacent, but I think it'd be cool to hear from Kate O'Hara, who does the artwork for the Maya Tolls book. Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that, Emily. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Um, yeah, that would be cool. That really would be. We don't have to have somebody be like a full-blown witch. Like we're fine with that. They can do whatever and we'll find ways to connect spirituality in the conversation for sure. um Inktober is coming. I've also tried Inktober, Laura, and I just maybe it'll be easier since I'm working from home, and I have it's easier. But yeah, so this one is gouache and color pencil. I really liked how this came out. I would love to see this bigger and with oil. I liked the color palette that I chose. The blues into the yellows into the reds, very primary colors, but I feel like I liked the idea of this. And I have this canvas, which probably won't fit in the frame, but it is longer. Hi, what's up, guys? It's Dusty. I've had this forever. Hi, what's up? Is this black canvas? And yeah, I was thinking about trying to do this, but the proportions are off, so I'll kind of have to restructure it to fit that canvas. Anyways, this was a quick little gouache study of obviously the suits or the elements, the tarot suits, and color palettes that you could possibly use with if I ever did some sort of a tarot deck, which there's no plans for, so nobody freak out. But I would love to someday. Just not the right timing right now. Just doesn't feel right. But I do love the idea and the concept of a match for the wands. Never really felt totally connected to the wands being what they are traditionally seen, especially like in the Rider-Waite. I love seeing actual fire or something that actually creates fire. If you follow my Instagram, you would have seen this one recently. This is cool because I just sort of started sketching, and this came out, but it was just the one, like there wasn't multiple layers to it. And I had opened up Instagram. I was trying to kind of get elements of like the magician in here. That's why you see the infinity symbol. The sun and the moon feel very much magician-y to me, and incorporating them in there. There's no tools, but I had kind of just did the tools, so I didn't really feel like doing them again, which is why it's a loose base interpretation of it. But what's cool about this is I opened up Instagram and I accidentally hit, like, I was gonna share it to my story while I was sketching, and I hit like one of those filters and it created this image. And I took a picture of it because I liked it so much. And then when I put the paint on it, because it was just a sketch, and when I put the paint on it, I decided to follow that image to create this look. And I fucking love this, you guys. I would love to use this as a technique more, and kind of having that filter show me where the lines should be and the different layers of color should be, because I think that this is really rad. And then I was working on my moth painting. This is the last one, and then we're gonna do today's sketch. Maybe I'm boring you guys, I'm not sure. Hold on, you guys have been commenting and I didn't even see it. Dana says, I'm worried about doing it just because I have a lot on my plate and my kiddo starts kindergarten at home. Oh, may the good goddess bless you, Dana. I'm thinking more of these on this scale, shrinking them a little, and there you go, journal stickers for the shop. Ta-da! I know, I really want to do more tarot stickers, or stickers in general. I love that. I don't know why, you guys. I don't follow through with anything, so my biggest downfall currently. Hi Melanie, how are you? Sorry you're late. Don't ever be sorry. I'm just glad that you're here. Emily says, I love that snake with the moon. Thank you. Thanks. Nikki, on that note, Sammy's amazing stickers can be purchased on her website. Please visit and check it out. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah. So let me just keep going. Beautiful. Thank you guys for the compliments. Thank you. Looks like stained glass. Hello. Yeah, this was kind of a weird, loose play on different mediums together in different colors. Basically, I had done these flower sketches because I was trying to understand the composition of a rose, because I added roses to my moth painting, which you guys will see eventually. I'm almost done with that painting, but I had this next to my painting and I was doing some warm-up sketches on how to get the petals and the different forms of the flower. And then once I had done the painting, I was still wanting to paint more, but I didn't want to continue with that. Like, I was done working on that specific painting, so I just sat down and started adding lines and extra ink and things like that to this one, just because it was in this journal and that's what came out. It's it's kind of cool. It's all right, but yeah. So that's why this came, as I was using this as a study to get the idea and the composition of a rose. Then it ended up very pop art. But okay, let's do some intuitive tarot art. Let's see. I'm going to shuffle up. It's going to be more so like the Page of Swords that you saw, or the first one. So we're going to do some quick sketches. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Okay. We're going to shuffle up I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Centennial. And what do I need to be working with today? If you guys haven't already and you want to give the live stream a thumbs up, it helps me a ton. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. If you're watching the playback of this and you want to give it a thumbs up, that really, it helps my engagement, it helps me find new friends, it helps my channel be seen. Thank you. I can see that a lot of you just did that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm not even shocked at this point. The tarot is consistently here to fucking drag me, you guys. To drag me. This is my stalker card forever and always. If you guys don't know me or you're new to my channel, I haven't talked about this a lot, but I have two stalker cards that have been from the beginning of time with tarot for me, and it is the Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands, which I think go pretty hand in hand with each other, along the same lines of the same message, just maybe different versions. So yeah. I haven't talked about it in a while, but this one's here and it's still stalking me forever and always. I do feel like this has been, for me personally, it is about my sleep schedule. It is about self-care. It is about meditation. Um, and spending less time on my phone, which is a bit difficult right now because I'm doing a live stream. But I do feel like those thoughts have been consistently running through my mind. So I might as well listen to them. And this tarot was like, yeah, you should. So here's what we're gonna do. Um, the image that I'm seeing in my head right now is more so on the lines of, say, the Fountain Tarot, which I have the original artwork for on the adjacent wall to this live stream. Um, so yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, I think what I'm gonna do is, let's do a quick little, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Let's do a quick little, what colors do we need here? Actually, I'm gonna pull out my paints, my paintbrushes. Let's use these ones today. Put my oil paints down. Bear with me, I'm not gonna be talking very much right for the next few seconds. I should have probably got my stuff together beforehand. Let's move this Sybil candle. Actually, these candles are so good. I'm gonna blow it out because it's already got my whole space smelling yummy. And I don't need a fire hazard. I think I am gonna be using gouache for the most part. I'm trying to get used to gouache. It's not that different than watercolor, but it also is quite different than what I know. So let's do that. I gotta get my water. One thing that's really cool working from home is that I now have a proper work desk, and I can keep things separate from this, my altar and workspace, and my, this is my witchy desk. And then my other one in the other side of the room is my work desk. Nikki says, that's okay, relax. We're just hanging out together and enjoying this time. Nikki, I love you so much. Like, what would I do without you? I'm just really grateful that you're here. You're such a light in my live streams when you're able to join in, which you always almost are. Ari says, I'm avoiding my morning workout for a few extra minutes. I've forced myself into a morning person. Yeah, I'm definitely like you. I am a natural night owl, but I love being up and doing things in the morning, so I really have to work on that. And I definitely think this is part of what this card is about, is that I have just slipped into the laziest, poorest decision of a sleep schedule. This is my gouache color chart that I made for myself, so let's pick out some colors for this piece. Let's go back and look at my color palette for the swords, and we're gonna kind of go off of this. So what did I use here? I used gray, definitely. So I used this, I used this, lemon yellow. There's a little bit of blue in here, but I don't. I kind of want to use this Prussian blue, but it might be too. I kind of want to just use these four, this burnt umber, and we can do this sketch in red. I really like, even though I don't see red as the sword's color palette, like per se, because there's little bits of red in here, the sword's cut, and I really like the idea of there being like red highlights. So if I did the sketch in a red pencil and just whatever showed through, that would be cool, and it would kind of tie in this burnt umber a little bit more. I think we're gonna use Yeah, I think we're gonna use these 4 colors. Okay. Let's see. It's so important to have your own space to work. My husband just ordered me a new desk so I could have that. I'm so excited. You deserve it, and it will be life-changing, Dana, let me tell you. Nice colors. It's a special brand of gouache. Oh, good question, Nikki. I think they're Winsor Newton. The bucket of them is across the room. So if I can remember once this goes playback, I will try and link it down below. I'm pretty sure I bought them offline, and I don't think that they're anything crazy special. Like, I'm sure you could find them on Amazon, but they're not the cheapest cheap either. So I think it's like a middle grade gouache, but anything you use is going to be okay. I do recommend more if you're going to work with gouache to get yourself a step up from the cheapest version from what I've seen. Like, I'm still pretty new to using gouache. I'm used to using watercolor, like I said. And you can a lot of the times get away with cheap watercolors and still get what you need to out of it. But because gouache is a lot more opaque, I find that like a step up from the cheapest version is always better, and then go up from there, kind of thing. They look vibrant and lovely. I have the Arteza set. Haven't played with them yet. Yeah, I recommend, Nikki, to swatch them all out, and you will start to want to play with them. Because I think my biggest thing is when they're in the tubes, or if they're in the set, even when I have like this little Winsor Newton travel watercolor, like even when I see this, it doesn't really make me want to use it, but when I see them swatched out and I can pick the colors like we just did, or like, what do I want to use today? Like, if this magenta's sticking out to me and I do that, like if you can do this and keep it on your desk or wherever you create artwork, it's a game changer. It makes you want to use the medium more. At least it does for me. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use gray, lemon yellow, Prussian blue, and burnt umber. And what's nice is the way that I swatched this is the lid to my watercolors, and I swatched them as I put them on the thing. So it'll be nice because we'll be working, except I don't know why this one is out of order here. This one is really out of order. Confused, but basically we'll be using these two, and they're right next to each other. It's not that big of a deal that this red one is here. Did I forget to swatch this? Is that what happened? Look, orange, purple, green, gray, yellow. What the fuck? Red? Did I forget to swatch this? It should be like in between this. How many? Okay, sorry. I need to take a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Y'all, I forgot to fucking swatch one. What is this red? Oh my god. I did this swatch like a long time ago. So have I just not known what this red is? Ugh, this is annoying. Hold on. It's not gonna work the same way on this side, but I just need to see what in the hell. Oh, this is the worst swatch ever. Okay, that is definitely not how you want to swatch, so do not take notes from me, people. But does any of those look like the ones over here? I want to say that it's crimson, but it looks more burgundy. Because this is... I think I just forgot to swatch one, because look, I have crimson here. Let me swatch this red one on the corner and see the difference. Oh no, that looks like the same color, doesn't it? Huh. Okay. That's crimson. Yeah, that's the same color. Okay. I guess I just put it twice on the pan. That's definitely crimson. That's the same color. Okay. I'm confused, but we're gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. Will this brush hold this up like that? Okay. Cool. The mind of a Gemini. Um, it's a burgundy kind of color that used to be your fave last year. So yeah, I still feel like at my core, if I had to describe myself as a color, it would be that burgundy red. So absolutely. Well, I think we're gonna kind of go with this, but adding that deep Prussian blue in there. Okay. Oh no, my little dandelion sketch. I have my little sketches back here. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? I think I'm gonna have to drag you back here because I want to get this red marker out of here. Everybody, there might be some turbulence. Hang on tight. Please put your seatbelts on. Okay. There might be some slight turbulence. And we're back. Thank you for cooperating and coming to Sammy Airlines. We hope you enjoyed your flight. Okay. So, I actually think I'm going to give myself a little bit of a border here to work with, because I think I'm going to utilize a lot of the negative area and actually put quite a bit of color down. I want it to feel like a veil has been placed over, and I'm not, like I said, I'm still figuring out gouache, so I know that I was going to limit to those 4 colors, but I think I might play around with white to see if I can make it more cloudy and more kind of dreamlike. Because I definitely see the 4 of Swords not only as an opportunity to rest, not only as an opportunity to kind of take self-care and to kind of slow down and take some solace and some alone time, but I definitely see it as kind of an in-between and a representation of sleep and what goes on in our subconscious. There's a lot of other cards that kind of hint towards sleep as well, but I mean, there's literally somebody sleeping in this version of the tarot. So, I actually did a sketch about sex magic in this, the idea of the body astral projecting. So I think I'm gonna kind of go with this. This is actually getting way more detailed than I normally do, just so y'all know. Like normally I don't even plan it out, but I guess we're here and we're doing this. So I think I'm going to utilize this. How can I put this on here so I can see this? It's not gonna work. That's good enough for me. Need a bigger table. Yo! Anyways, how are you? How y'all doing? Hey! How y'all doing? Okay. Let's kind of recreate. I don't want the head to be in the center. I kind of want to have, like if this is the bottom of the card, I think I want it to kind of float. So I think the base is gonna be here. So it would be kind of like, here would be where the knees were. Okay, here's where the body would be. loosely getting the idea of where I want everything to be set up. Okay. Like that. So it still feels like the head is halfway through the card. That's okay. I don't think we're going to have, I think we're going to be bottom. I want this card to feel bottom heavy with the line work and top heavy with the color. So I think I might put like deep blues up here and have it be really smoky down here, but the line work of the actual figure and swords will be only on the bottom half of the card. Yeah. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Start to block in some face. I also want all of these to feel semi-gender neutral. I don't need facial features. It's not important for me. It's just about the idea of a form. This one will probably feel more feminine in nature to what we know to be feminine form, but I don't. Well, what does that even mean? What does that even mean, right? But mostly because I pulled the card and I feel like today I'm feminine. I curled my hair. I honestly don't even care if my body proportions are going to be right, because I still want this to feel quick, even though I took a little bit more time to plan than I might have normally. I still want it to feel like I'm not taking up a bunch of time, because actually, like, if I can inspire myself in the morning, and if I do have more time, like, I feel as though I might actually want to work on bigger and better pieces from sketches that I've already worked on. It's hard for me to see how I did the feet in this. Sorry, I'm not reading your guys' comments. So if you're just watching me and you don't care, that's fine. And if you are leaving me comments or you want to say something to me, I will go back and read them momentarily. But I know that you're probably just watching me or listening to me while you're doing something else, because that's what I do. I watch videos while I'm doing other things, like cooking or cleaning, or when I'm supposed to be working. Okay, that is enough for that, and I will go back and make those lines darker, but we have like a general, well, we just made her jaw look a little wonky. It's a general form to work with. Okay, let me go back. Morning, Samantha and everyone. I'm a bit late and needed coffee. Hi, Linda. All of this struggle to getting situated is so relatable. Thanks, Rachel. The things that the videos don't normally tell you unless it's a live stream. Okay. Hey, Samantha. Just wanted to say thanks for the Imogen Walters interview. I discovered her just when I was getting into tarot, and then she left YouTube. It was so good to see her and all of you having fun. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. She's one of my very dear friends that you can tell from the video that Skylar and I adore her both. But she's just a real friend to us as well. So it was such a blessing to be able to spend time with her and to have her come back to the YouTube space on our podcast, our hot garbage of a podcast. So I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you, and we love her too. Yeah, wiped out, but okay. Realized I've been in tower moments for about 6 years now. Yikes, Victoria. Oh my god, girl, you okay? So yes, I do love the idea of like a star here like I did in this little sketch. Like as if the piece in the Four Swords lays within the heart center. But I also am going to do something with the mind. So I like that this body is kind of floating like as it's laying down. I do like that. However, I think that I'm going to take and mimic this card for this one a little bit more. So I think I'm going to try and I think the body's going to go off the page like this one as well. But let's see what we can do here. Maybe we should do this one in like a blue. Turbulence. We have some turbulence. Everybody strap on, hang tight, buckle your seatbelts. Everybody, because I feel like it might be a little easier to see if we do blue. Like, see the difference between the bodies. No hair is needed, because we don't always need to have hair to know that we're human. Okay. And I don't need to specify what gender you are, because it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in and make those red lines darker, obvi, but I like what's going on here. Oh, I don't want to draw clothes. I just started to draw the clothes. Actually, maybe I can kind of mimic this particular Four of Swords and the astral body that looks like it's meditating or hovering outside can be more fluid. Let's kind of stay a little bit more true to this card. So I guess we will kind of draw some clothes. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. We'll go back and we can add any details after we get our initial, oh, that is way too far down there. Okay. I'm not even gonna bother drawing the actual hands properly, but I do think I'm gonna have this person holding a sword. Because that feels right. Sword is gonna be wonky. Okay. Ooh, that's creepy. I almost angled the face like it's looking at the viewer. Okay. Okay, I think I like that composition enough. It's fine. Fine. The bottom does sort of look a little bit, we might need to just make this all the ending. Okay. Like I kind of shorted his or hers bottom half. Okay. Dum da dum. Four of Swords is the card Sammy is drawing. There might be message in there for you, Victoria. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, anyone who's watching this video definitely might be able to relate to the Four of Swords right now. This doesn't have to just be for me. This is just the card I pulled. And since I'm live and with all of you. There's definitely possible connections to anyone who's here or even watching the playback. Okay. Oh yeah, I really like all of those tarot books. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go in and I think I'm gonna just make some of these darker lines that I really want to kind of like enunciate in the drawing for the blue, because I'm gonna go back and really kind of hype up the red, because once we add color, it's definitely gonna lose the outline unless I go back. I might go back with like a black pen or something as well. So I definitely doesn't have to be perfect, except sometimes I want to make it perfect, because I'm a Virgo ascendant and I don't know how to stop. Somebody stop me. Somebody fucking stop me. I really want this body to feel more anchored, and I definitely want the floating, meditating, positioned body to feel like it is not. So I'm going to put a little bit of shadow loose that I will probably enhance with water or gouache, watercolor gouache afterwards. Okay, that is the one body. Let's do a little bit more with the hands here. I drew this really weird, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody, calm down. It's fine. How did I do the sword? Oh my goddess. How did I do the bottom of the sword? Okay, I just shaded one side. I have to get the freaking card again. Talk amongst yourselves, everybody. Why don't we go around the classroom and say one thing about ourselves? Why does it look like some astral projections going on? Because that's what I'm feeling it. I'm feeling on this interpretation of the Four of Swords today. And I'm also made this like loosely based sex magic astral travel sketch before bed like a couple months ago. And that's what I'm kind of using. I'm blending the two, love. I'm blending them. So I'm taking Four of Swords and the idea behind meditating or astral travel or sleeping and having to go somewhere else. Let's say, love. All right, we can do the rest with the gouache. So let me go back now and create darker lines here. I don't need these little collarbones. That's pretty extra. I do say so myself. All right. What is one card that, if you guys work with tarot, that has been plaguing your spreads? Something that you just cannot seem to get away from. Has it been stalking you? No one's been talking about stalker cards lately. That's all people used to talk about in videos or anything like that, at least from what I can see. Is there cards that you guys feel have been calling to you? Because the Four of Swords, since the beginning of time, has always plagued me. Seven of Pentacles, Temperance. That accent suits you. Thanks. Hermit, Seven of Pentacles is my stalker today or lately. Or she is good that I haven't noticed the stalking yet. That's the good stalker. And then all of a sudden it's like bam, and you think back, you're like, shit, this card's been in every single spread. How did I not see this coming? How did I not see it coming? I also from this sketch really loved that I had this like bubble around the outside, like almost like you can see this energetic pulse around. Whoa, what just happened there? Actually, we're gonna have the face looking down. So this is it is time. And then let's have these lovely kneecaps present themselves again in the drawing. I honestly don't care if things get muddy. I really, really don't. Like, why? Why should I care? But why? I was thinking too, after, depending on how long this takes and how I feel, we might be able to do some individual card pulls. So stick tuned for that. I'm not sure. Okay. All right. That's better. Let's map out really quickly like this energetic body. That is, I will use this as an outline for the watercolor. I keep saying watercolor, but the gouache, to know like what okay. I kind of want to have one for this as well, but I kind of want to do it in the red, but only like a little bit. Not as dark. Cool. Fun. King of Wands. Turns out when I did the numerology of my husband's nickname, he commonly goes by is also Temperance. Fun. Not a particular card, but the Suit of Swords usually pops up for me a lot because it's the suit I need to work on the most, the one that doesn't come to me naturally. Oh, I love that for you. Can't relate. That is the Wands suit for me. Yeah, that's normally the one. The swords come up as well, but normally I feel like I struggle more with the wands personally. Okay, so here's again the card that we pulled for the day. Here's what we're working with. I need to put 4 more swords in there. I would love to have this feel not as symmetrical, even more so than it already is. Like I would love 2 of the swords to be a part of the astral. So it'd be really cool if I could cross them behind this astral body. Is that gonna look too samurai? Okay, what if instead they were both... Okay, I see the composition in my head. The symbolism isn't the same as it was going to be for them being crossed, but I think I'm just going to put 2 of them over here going into... You can't really see what I'm doing. Give me a second. I'm just mapping them out here. Also, I probably should take more time with the swords, but I don't really, it's supposed to be a sketch. It's supposed to be an idea. It's not a final product. If I love this idea more, I could come back and do it again or enhance it or whatever may have you. Right? It's a warm up. Okay. 2 swords in here, but the last sword is going to be more detailed and going down above the head here. Do we like this? Do we? Don't, you know what? Validate me. I was going to say, don't just compliment me to compliment me, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. So please validate me. Is that so much to ask? Why don't you love me? Okay. So then we're going to have this. Where's the point? I want the point literally down here. Like right above the fucking face. How dramatic is that? I love it. So angsty. This is like if Bob Ross at some point had like an early 20s Adderall addiction. That's what you're watching right now. You're welcome. We're just gonna turn this little mistake into a happy little sword above the face. Oh my god. Okay, I like that. That's fun. Let's make this really a lot more in depth and defined. Do you guys have any questions for me? Like, am I... And then maybe with yellow energy going up the dark blue sky later, little dots or something floating. Not that I want Anna, but you're in creative process. I'm totally down for this. Like this again, I love that. I did actually think about pulling the yellow pencil out, Nikki, when I was doing the energy bodies. So there will be a lot of yellow accents in the gouache part, which we're getting very close to doing. So we'll see how much that stands out, and if it doesn't stand out enough, then I will definitely come back. And most of the time I go back and I accentuate things again with the colored pencils just to be sure on what I'm doing. I kind of like that these ones are a little less defined and a little bit more ghostly because they are the astral swords. This is definitely like hinting towards swords of the unconscious. Like, what are the things going on behind that we don't even really realize we're thinking or that we're doing, that we can access by turning inwards or self-care and reflecting and things like that, that the Four of Swords reminds us or allows us or forces us to do. So I do like the fact that I've done 2 of the swords in the astral, because it's the conscious and the unconscious. This is kind of cool, right? Didn't I tell you guys to validate me? Did I miss all of it? Did I miss the fucking validation? Thank you so much, Emily. I love it so far. Me too. Thanks, Nikki. Don't mind if one of the cats watches this, okay? Nice. Yes, please. I am enjoying to see this creation as well. Thank you. What made you draw into tarot? Lynn, great freaking question. I will answer that in 1 second. Let me just see what... I have to go to work, but I have loved this and will drop by YouTube or drop by again. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Have a good day at work. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, you guys, I think we're ready to put some color on here. This is going to get more gray. Right now, this is very red and blue, but it's going to get a little bit more gray, and there's going to be some yellow. I guess I'm just loving this like primary type palette color palette lately. Let's put this here. I need to do some rearranging actually because I can't easily get to this. Let me put my coffee over here. Pull y'all over here. And this is where shit can either really go south, which is fine because even if it does, I still love this concept and I can always recreate it and do it again if something happens with the colors that I'm not completely in love with. I really like this idea around the Four of Swords, and it's kind of been played with or done before. Like, I'm not the first person to kind of link, you know, this sort of vibe, but I definitely like where it's going. Okay. I enjoy watching you create and you're doing a great job. Validation. Thank you, Karen. Yes, Victoria says, do like Avalon Cameron and create your own deck. T, Victoria. While Avalon Cameron is great, I hope that if I ever make a deck, the process does not go the same way it has gone for her. And that's on period. Yeah. But yeah, if I do a deck, I will definitely create my own deck. I will do my own writing and I will do my own artwork, which is why now is not the time. I just don't feel like I want to commit to that at this point right now. I have so much uncertain things going on that I have different energy I could put towards different projects. And Avalon did create her own deck. She also does have an artist that she worked with, which is, she's incredible. Her artwork is, I think her name's Anna, and she's incredible. So, but yeah, if I create my own deck, I really hope the process is not anywhere similar to what the process for her deck has been. And that's what I'll say about that. How and why was I drawn to tarot? If you don't know, then I will tell you. And if you do, I apologize for having to say this again. But it's a great question. I grew up with tarot cards around me. My grandmother has been doing tarot since the 60s or 70s, and astrology as well. And so I just grew up with it around. My mom took her hand at tarot. She was much more drawn to aromatherapy and working with herbs and oils and lotions, and she did palmistry. But my mom had her own like holistic fairs that she ran, as well as being a part of other holistic fairs. So I definitely grew up around it. I have very vivid memories of being around, you know, crystal vendors or people who even just read playing cards or things like that. So I was around it from a young age. What up, Queen? Katie Flowers in the house, y'all. Normally I like to start, I want to talk more about that, but I'm just trying to think here because normally I like to start really light with light colors. What was my color palette again? Like, I need to look at this. Okay. I'm a little lost because I kind of just like a lot is. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this is a big fucking bold mood that we're doing here real quick. But it's not gonna end up sticking out as much as you think it will. So everybody don't panic. Nobody panic. Okay? Nobody panic. I'm just gonna get the whole thing wet with yellow and we're gonna build up. Ooh, and the brush was kind of dirty, which is nice because I don't properly clean my freaking brushes. Love that. I do not want to touch this sword. Hey Katie, or anyone who's just joining, I pulled a tarot card this morning and I'm just working in my sketchbook, my tarot sketchbook for the most part. I did show some of the stuff that's in here and not everything is all tarot, but I love doing this. I love pulling a card and just seeing what comes up and what I can make out of it with really low pressure. Nobody panic. It's not a big pressured situation. But I would love to see the sword over here. Okay, now we're gonna add in, we're gonna go dark. This is gonna end up dark. So if any of you were like loving how clean it sort of looked, let it go now. Now's your chance to make your peace with it. Are we on agreement that it's gonna get muddy and it's gonna get gross? Is everybody okay? Can everyone take one last look? Yeah? Okay. Was gonna share some pics, but I can't. Bummer. I know. I kind of wish we could share pics, but it's probably for the best. It is probably for the best because sometimes I get weirdos who pop in randomly who I know are not a part of this sphere and they're just trolling around and I don't need them sending no freaking pics. So it is probably for the best, Victoria. But you could always tag me in something and I'll share it on my story on Instagram or whatever you want to do, or DM me and I'll be able to see it or talk to you about it. I want it to feel like the energies above are pushing down. And so I'm going to kind of do a weird gradient. It's going to get darker and darker and we're going to add the blues in. I'm okay if it drips. I'm okay if it does its own thing. That's the fun part about gouache or watercolor, is that it does its own thing. We're gonna go from yellow to this muddy umber to blue. I want it to feel kind of polluted and everything underneath it in the sphere of where the person is resting has become like cleansed. You know, this is not okay. And then let's add the blue. This blue is very intense, so it's gonna definitely change the whole feel. And then I think I am gonna go back with some ink or something. If you guys are commenting, I will come back and read it in a second. So if you guys have questions or something that you're saying right now, I'm just trying to work while the page is wet, so I have like kind of limited time. Okay. I almost want it to feel like depression at the top without having to get dark, because I do feel like there's cards that are darker, and if I ever did those, I'd want to have, I could always go back and add more darks or something. Okay, it's gonna get muddy. There goes my border. I'm not being very, that's the fun. That's what's fun about this, just like being quick-ish. I guess today's is not that quick, but quick in the sense of like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's more so just about the idea and the concept of it. So if I ever did like it and I wanted to do something more with it, like it's there for me to do that. I definitely want it to feel like the same underneath and anchored down here. It'll also help give the illusion that this is not resting on the bottom, that it's like hovering a bit. Gross, muddy, love it. Don't really love how this is. Dripping. I guess I'm making a little bit more intentional drips now and not blending it into the yellow as much as I thought, but ooh, now it really looks like slime or like sludge. I kind of like that. That's cool. All right. All right. All right. I'm a weirdo, but the good kind. I'm ready for the darkness, says Emily. Ah, oh, God. Hmm. Will you be opening up readings again soon? Good question, Karen. I opened up a single reading earlier this week or the end of last week, and somebody snapped it up pretty quickly. I just really wanted to do a reading, but I'm going to be traveling. I say that and no one freak out. Um, I'm going to be doing a disc golf tournament this weekend, and and it's a little bit of ways away, so we're going to be staying in an Airbnb, safely and social distance with a couple that we've been around and safe. So I'm going to be playing a disc golf tournament this weekend, and then we come back for 2.5 days, and then George and I are driving up to Michigan. Uh, and we're going to be back in Michigan for about a week and a half. So I want to open up readings. I'm actually dying to do readings again, but for the next 2 weeks or so, I'm going to kind of be MIA. So yeah, it's not possible yet, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I get back, I'm going to be opening up readings because I just missed it. And the one that I was able to do for somebody, I was really happy, and they really had really great feedback. I just love doing card readings. It's difficult having a muggle job that takes up a lot of energy. That's always been my struggle. And when I was unemployed, when the coronavirus first hit and we were locked down, I was doing a shitload of readings. So I do know that it's not just an excuse. I do know that, I mean, at one point, I think I did seven natal chart readings in 1 month, and like 10 readings, regular card readings, which is cool. Um, so I know that it's not just me saying that, and using it as an excuse. Like I always would get on myself, like maybe it was an excuse that I was using, like, oh, I have an muggle job and I'm busy, and that's not the truth. I mean, that is the truth, and I thought maybe it wasn't. Um, so yeah, but being on unemployment for those couple of months really showed me that that is valid, and that is a big reason. Like, if I wasn't in my muggle job, and a lot of people are like, well, why won't you just do it full time? I probably will eventually, but right now I am very grateful and I like my day job, for the most part, um, a lot of things have changed, and I'm working from home now, which is great. How can you beat that? I'm someone that actually is really thriving working from home, and not everybody is. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to work from home and for making it work for myself. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with doing this for a while. And when the time comes, the time comes. But I will be opening them up soon. That is muddy. That is gross. That is gross. I'm seeing coming back and doing some line work with ink, but we'll see. It's definitely not how I thought it was going to turn out, but that's okay. All right, let's go and add some prettier shit on here. Let's go. Huh. Anybody else have questions? Enjoy your trip. Rock that turning, Liddy. Thank you. Will you record some snippets of your travels away, vlog style of sort of? Yeah, I always love to vlog. I know that I surround myself with people that don't love entirely to be vlogged. So I do try and keep that in mind. Um, and when I'm in a tournament, it is quite difficult because I'm like living, breathing, and like everything is about the tournament. Um, so yeah, I mean, I won't be able to film while I'm in the tournament, but um, I definitely could like vlog some of the stuff around. Okay, I'm making a bold choice. We're adding red. We're adding red into the mix here. I kind of wanted to like mute this with this white though. Hold on. Oh, this is muddy. This is not what I thought it was going to turn out at all. Are we disappointed? No, who cares, right? I have to say that to myself because I'm disappointed. But I love the concept. I definitely did too much too soon. Big mood, right? Ooh, that's dark. This is dark. Um, Hold on, I'm just trying to go with what's happening here. I'm definitely gonna go back with ink. It will help to define. Give me a second. So the cool thing too is like if I redo this, I will take the elements in which I feel like worked, like the two things that I just did work for me, and the things that don't work for me, I will not be taking. Um, and that's on sketch period. Um, I definitely will be leaving all of this like white like before, and I think elements of it dripping and getting muddy is cool, but I'm not sure it works for what I did, and that's okay. Very cool. Thanks, Katie. Okay, now I have to go. Bye, guys. Bye. Um, Glitter. I live in Michigan and would love to meet you. I'd love to meet you too, Lynn. We are pretty booked for stuff this particular trip, but we'll be coming home quite a bit, which is where I'm from. So, I don't want this to be too hot with that gray, I don't think. Okay. Um, yeah, honestly, I'm just thinking about anchoring this into the muddy as well. Like just bits of it. Because this is the figure that to needs to breathe and project and relax. I kind of want that to be more defined. I like okay. This is very muddy. I'm like fried. Love that. Love that for you. Okay, I am going to dry this with my, ooh, I think I'm gonna put bits of red in this sword though. Even though it's a blue one. Sorry guys, I just can't really talk right now, so I hope that you're okay with that. I'm a little busy. Just joking. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go back and do a little bit prettier of I really want this to be darker blue and it's not doing it. So I'm gonna have to go in here. Like I want this to be blue. I want it to literally feel like deep subconscious issues that are hovering above. We have to kind of try and blend something that's already drying though, which is not easy, and it's not gonna look like I want it to. Okay, what we're gonna do though is I'm gonna go run and grab a tissue. Oh my god, Katie! Hold on. Katie! What are you doing that for? Thanks, love. That's so cool. Hold on, let me read what Katie said. Katie, thank you. It's past my bedtime, so I have to go, but I love seeing you making art live. I have to watch back the weekend. Thanks, babe. That was so sweet. Katie just gave me $8. Thank you and good night. I hope you sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. So cool. Stormy looking. Whenever I hear the word Stormy, I always think, hey, Stormy. It's Kylie Jenner. Hey, Stormy. Stormy. No. Thanks, Katie. You fucking rock. I love you. That's really, really sweet. Hi, I'm new to your channel. Hi, welcome. We're just hanging out, making some intuitive, muddy artwork. This is gonna get super loud, so if anybody has headphones in, I would turn your volume down, or maybe it won't get that loud, but I'm going to use this very phallic, very sex toy-esque looking, it's just a dryer, so everyone calm down. Oh, it's not that loud. But I'm gonna dry this so that we can go back and accentuate the lines and maybe draw on some other things and use ink. And hope it to not be so muddy. But the idea is really cool. I don't know if I executed it as well as I could have, and that's okay. Like I don't hate it. It's just not there yet, or it's just not quite. Are we dry? Okay, we're dry enough. If you work with gouache or watercolor, I cannot recommend you get that tool enough. It is literally like $15 at your local craft store, and it is very, very helpful. Okay, so I don't think we're going to be using any more of the paint. I'm going to go ahead and push this aside. What I do want to do is use more colored pencils and possibly some pen. We'll see. What did I do for, let me go back and look at, what did I do for this guy? I used ink, liked how that turned out. Okay, so I definitely think I'm gonna use ink here. Is this my really fine one? Okay, look at how fine that pen tip is. That's sexy. Is that not sexy? Come on, pens are sexy. I think weather. I don't keep up with a lot of the TV families. Okay, hold on. I have no idea what you're talking about, Victoria, but that's okay. I can't believe Katie gave me $8, and I also can't believe that because of the exchange rate, it's only showing up as $5.80. Like, what a freaking jip. Just kidding. I mean, it is. Like, she wanted to give me an amount, and because the exchange rate, it wasn't. I'm grateful, and I can't even believe she gave me anything. I think that's crazy. She's, like, one of my best friends on here, so she didn't need to do that, but it is crazy how the value of money is different depending on where you live. I just think currency is the craziest concept ever. Like, okay, let's see what we can do with the colors that we have. I actually do think yellow. And I'm gonna try and get you guys a little bit closer here so you can see what's going on. Okay, again, for anyone who's just joined, I pulled the Four of Swords today. It is my stalker card, and we're trying to make something really quickly to kind of reflect that. And I think I'm done with this. I took out of it what I needed to, so I'm gonna get this out of our way. And let's go back and make some line work here. I kind of want to accentuate. This is where my too much gene starts to kick in, but this is where also some really cool shit could possibly pop in. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Oh wait, hold on. Used for drying paint or embossing. Also, there's a Ranger Heat and Craft tool, which is a little softer blowing and less loud, but embossing takes ages with that one, although it won't move your paint. When you are drying watercolor, for example, enough about craft tools, Nikki. Hush. No, please talk away. I think you don't need a bunch of fancy tools to be able to create, but I do feel like tools are extremely beneficial for enhancing your ability to create more artwork or to get certain things. Like, if there's tools out there and you want to use them, there's no harm or shame in using tools, and I am here for it. I'm gonna accent this one that has like pain clearly attached to it, but I'm gonna leave the other one not inked, I should say, because I do like it being an idea of a sword, and this one is become a little bit more towards the forefront of the subconscious. Okay, let's accentuate this astral body again. Okay, we're gonna get Dun, dun. Anybody else have any questions? I was thinking about doing a video titled Answering Questions Nobody Asked Me, and basically just talking about whatever the fuck I wanted, but doing it in a very annoying, like, I ask myself the question and then I answer it. Because I'm a narcissist. Not really. I actually do not think that I'm a narcissist. I do believe that you know, we all have bits of narcissism, obviously, especially if you put yourself online. Um, try and at me, I don't care, but I I don't think that that is one of my issues that is at the forefront is narcissism. Thankfully, I hate myself. Oh my god. Sorry, I just made myself laugh, so maybe I am a narcissist. Oh god. Do you do tarot type art like this on commission? No, I don't. I I love the idea of commissions, and I just agreed to take one the other day, and then we kind of like never solidified it. It was more so based on the watercolor astrology. Um, and maybe I will do that one still if I hear back from the person, but I just I did commissions for so long, Kathy, on a bunch of stuff, and it really kind of put me in an art slump. Like I get excited about the ideas, and then while I'm doing it, I'm like, this is not what I want to be doing, you know. And I've done some commissions that I thought were really rad, and I was like very grateful for them, and I had a wonderful time doing them. But in the end, I just think that commissions are not for me. Um, but if you were going to ask because you wanted one, that's very sweet. Or if you're just curious, that's still very sweet of you to ask. So thank you. Um, yeah, I've done commissions on lots of different paints, wine bottles, artwork for on wood, on canvas, on all types of different shit. Um, okay, wait, I have to make this one make it make sense. Make it make sense. I kind of want this to have like a band on the eyes that feels okay. That's cool. Hi, Lisa. I was talking about you earlier. Could you collect these kinds of drawings and print them as postcards and sell them as sets one day if you feel like it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't, because if I pulled the Page of Swords and I had already done the Page of Swords, I wouldn't do it again. I would pick a different card, you know, so eventually I should run through them. Some of them I like better than others, so maybe I would redo it or something like that. Like I'm not in love with the Six of Swords. That one was very quick. This one I am spending a little bit more time and thought on. But yeah, I would be willing to put these up somehow if people were interested in them. Um, yeah, if people asked and were interested in them, I for sure I would love to. I would be honored for somebody to want one of these little sketches, or if I end up doing them better, you know, bigger. I'm not trying to put this one down. I'm just saying, like, if I took this concept and actually did something more curated with it, like, you know, if I took this idea but made it more like this one, you know what I mean? Um, that would be cool. Let me enhance this red again. There's something missing, you guys. There's something here that is missing that I am very close to finding out what it is. And we will be well on our way to being done with this for the day. Maybe we can pull a couple cards, although I am feeling a bit spent. So maybe I'll come on later. I really want this person to feel like they're looking down. Remember how we said we were gonna make this feel like it was smoky? We didn't really accomplish that, did we? how can we accomplish that? Out. And I also think the knees need to come out more. I think I shortchanged the legs here. It doesn't matter if you don't see what's happening. This is the most colorful Four of Swords I've ever seen, if I do say so myself. Well, what do you think? Oh, shit. We gotta do something up here in the sky. Maybe that's where we can make it feel cloudy. Let's take some white. Let's take some white. Maybe we can... That does nothing. Okay, cool. Hold on. This is a fun surprise as I'm getting ready for work. Lisa, would you like to be on podcast with Sammy and Skylar? Speaking of which, anytime day, of course. Yes, I want Lisa on the podcast. Lisa, I think I'm going to have you come on when I finish reading your book. So whenever that is, I cracked it open last night and I'm already 50 pages in. So we'll DM, we'll do that, but I would love to finish your book because Skylar's already finished it. I want to finish it, and then we'll have you on as a guest so we can promo your book and talk to you and giggle and then like make fun of Skylar. If you would like to be on, I would love to have you. The universe just brought you into my life. Oh, Margie, I would like to learn more about you. Love your energy. Work with energy healing for the body and our environment. Thanks for coming on. I'm so glad. That's such a sweet compliment. Thank you. Have you done temperance yet? I've sketched temperance, but I've sketched it in a sense of just literally replicating the tarot, the card and the Rider-Waite. I did that to kind of connect with all the little details that sometimes you miss. I did that for a couple of the cards. So I haven't done like my own version or my own like idea of the card. But yeah, they just come as I pull them. So yeah, why don't you start more pagan themed, witchy themed places like art galleries? Oh my God, Victoria. I think you just told me my life story or my is that what I'm supposed to be doing? I've always wanted to open my own art gallery. I could have my own art in there, but mostly I have the knowledge to open and to run. I know how to run an art gallery from top to bottom. The books I don't do, but I know how it goes, and I know how to ship. I know how to do sales. I know how to market. I know how to have exhibitions. I know how to do all of that, and I'm grateful because it is because of my day job. And I would love to have an art gallery based off of spiritual themes, pagan, witchy, or even just conscious based. And most art does, but the medium that I work in, not that I work in personally, but that I surround myself with in my day job is glass art. And a lot of the times glass art is got really deep meaning, and a lot of the times glass art is just glass art to look pretty. And that's not it, sis. So yeah. My battery is dying, guys, so I'm gonna hurry this up here. Let's see if I can make this look smoky and put like some foggy clouds. I really think that'll help out. If I were to make this darker, it would help because it's not gonna really show up down here, but that's okay because it kind of already is doing its thing. And again, if I did this over and wanted to kind of enhance this idea, see, like even this is not white enough. I don't really have anything else that I could come over with unless I pulled the brush back out. Let's just play around for one more second with the paint, because I don't really know how to do this with gouache. Like, I only know how to do it once it's already been, I mean, I guess I do know how to do it, I just don't do it very often. So let's get a lot on the brush, because you're going to want it to be really opaque to layer on here. And let's, oh, cool, cool. More, more. This is the smokiness I was looking for here. And maybe I can put it, oh, I don't want to do too much, but I really think that that's what I'm missing here is like, I want this to feel smoky. Ooh, we have like created another body outside of the body by doing this. I think I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I might come back on a little later if I got more energy. I will have to do a bit of my job, but Victoria just put a bug in my ear. I mean, George, my partner, has always said one day he would love to see me open up my own gallery, and I would as well. But I just would love to theme it and have original artwork from tarot decks in there. We could do readings, or it could just be a space where we do, you know, where people do book. I could have books and stuff too. Like, it would be more than an art gallery and be more than a metaphysical shop. That really helped for me, muting that down. I really like how that changed the game there for me just now. I think we're gonna leave it. I kind of wish that I could have a little bit more white building up, but it's not working as well as I wanted it to appear. Clouds, it's working a little. All right, guys, gals and in-betweens, thank you for hanging out with me this morning. This is the longest I think I've ever taken on a intuitive card sketch and pull. However, I had fun, and I think we accomplished what we set out to do for the most part. And I'm gonna stop, but before I ruin it even more, here it is. 4 of Swords for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Maybe it inspired you to do something similar or create something else. Um, and yeah, if you guys want me to do more of these, I absolutely can. If not, piss off. No, I'm just joking. Thank you guys for joining. I love you very much. Have a beautiful, wonderful, magical day. Bye.